Did you guys see The Odyssey? Okay, so there are two main aspects to this story. Matt Damon, who plays Odysseus, and he just finished the Trojan War, and they won after they did that thing where they hide a bunch of dudes in a horse and kill everybody when they are brought into Troy. And he's feeling a bit guilty about doing that because it violates some of the laws within the Greek gods. And even though he's considered to be a pretty wise guy, he's had a bit of an ego in getting home. So he and his men choose to take a different path than everyone else, but they end up on a bunch of side missions. And every time they stop, something horrible happens. At one point, they're hiding from a giant in a cave. Then a woman is turning them into animals. They run into a whirlpool. There are sirens. It's all kind of mythological things that keep happening to them. And when we meet Odysseus, he is recalling the things that happened on his journey after leaving the Trojan War to a woman named Calypso who has been keeping him there and somehow altering his memory so he doesn't remember how long he's been gone or who he left behind. We also follow Tom Holland's character, who is Telemachus, Odysseus' son. And for the last 2+ decades of his youth, he has watched as his mother, Penelope, played by Anne Hathaway, has been waiting for her husband Odysseus to come home. And she is madly in love with him, so she is holding on tight. But a lot of Odysseus's ideals are in allowing wayward strangers into their home and treating them right because that's what Zeus's law is. But in doing that, it leaves them susceptible to a lot of dudes who are trying to smash so they can be the next king of Ithaca. But Telemachus is holding on hope that his father is still alive, despite the fact that his dad left when he was very, very young. We do see a lot about the war and some of the regret that Odysseus has in some of his actions towards the end of the war, some people that he let down and somewhat betrayed throughout the process. But much of the movie is about Odysseus piecing together what happened and why he hasn't come back from the war yet, despite the fact that the war has been over for like 7 years. Now, I'm not one to blow smoke up Christopher Nolan's ass. I think his movies are largely hit or miss for me, but this one was actually really, really good. I thought it was a very, very strong movie. And, you know, usually when you see that it's going to be 3 hours, you kind of dread going. But this movie was actually really good, and it kept me captivated the entire time. I was also just really impressed with how Nolan was able to adapt this story to the larger screen. I was very skeptical going in because I remember this sort of dragging on as a story. There's a lot of different individual stories that lead into what he was doing. And so I was concerned that it wasn't going to work, but he did a really great job with pacing and it ended up flowing quite nicely. So that was another big plus for me going into this. So I know you guys are always saying like, hey, Bam Bam, why don't you ever give 5s? Well, I give this one 5 bangs out of 5. It was really, really good. I absolutely recommend it. This has been Bang Bang with Bam Bam.